I got a question from one of you guys that says, Brandon, when is the perfect time to compete for BJJ for the first time? Obviously, you have to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. The number one reason is I've been competing for about 10, 12-ish years with wrestling and BJJ as a background, just to keep that in mind. This is just my opinion. It's not fact. But I think the perfect time to compete is when you feel ready, okay? Feeling ready is, it's very subjective, right? Like, do you need to be in crazy good shape? Do you need to have your blue belt? Do you need to be a purple belt, et cetera, et cetera? I don't really know. But for me, I would say at least in prep for competition, I have some sort of prep. It doesn't need to be a 12-week training camp. It doesn't even need to be a 6-week training camp. Maybe for 2 weeks, you go a little bit harder. You do a little bit more like live rolls, longer rolls, more intense rolls, and very specific rolls with situations that maybe you'll find yourself in competition. Lots of pass and defend round, lots of back rounds, lots of mount rounds, lots of defensive, like heavy defensive rounds that are going to exhaust you more than just pure neutral starting rounds. That way, like, you're comfortable once you get into a competition. In most spots, obviously, it doesn't mean you're gonna be invincible in these spots. It just means, hey, I'm comfortable. I kind of know what I'm gonna do here if I get in a situation in competition, and I know that I'm in decent enough shape to do it. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you have to be in super, super good shape to do a competition. It's not honestly that true, especially if you're just doing like a little local competition. Most people are 9-to-5 workers doing these like nagas or grappling industry, so it's like, you don't need to be preparing like it's ADCC trials, okay? Because this is one of the biggest things is lots of people are gonna say, man, I want to compete, but I'm not in a good enough shape. And you're like, well, how do you measure that? How do you quantify it? What does it mean to be in good enough shape? Well, if you're rolling 5 times a day, 3 times a week, that's pretty dang good shape, okay? So don't wait till you're in shape. Just make sure you're training consistently. I would say 3 to 5 times a week, and you're doing that over at least a 3 to 4 week period, and you're very focused on what your A game is when you're going to compete. After that, as long as you don't have any injuries, go ahead and sign up for a competition. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't need to go to an ADCC Open or a big IBJJF. Just sign up for something local. If you're newer, do your beginner division. If maybe you can do intermediate. If you're scared of heel hooks, go into the gi, etc., etc. There's risk no matter what. But if you want to compete and you're asking me this question, when should I compete? Then you got to throw yourself into the fire at some point. It's just what level of that fire you throw yourself into. And then, the more you do it, you'll gradually get a little bit more comfortable and get a little bit better at competing. And then your results are going to get a little bit better over time. And that's it. So hopefully you guys find that helpful. If you like to support the channel, I have some new merch, some Kill the Weakness and My Knees Hurt merch. You can check one of the links above, somewhere up here, or the link in the description. Thanks for watching.